Hello, dear traders. How is everyone doing today? So it's a wonderful Monday, and I'm happy to see you all here. How are you? How has your trading been going? We had a little break, so last week we didn't have a webinar. I wasn't feeling well. It's winter, so yeah, you get sometimes you don't you don't get to feel well. What is going on with our beloved markets? And as you can see, past few weeks they weren't as active as the some weeks before that, especially the first few weeks of November. Well, basically, of course, we had this huge fundamental factor which kicked in and basically influenced all our activities, right, on the market. So here we are currently trading of course, let's start off with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because they are the hottest assets, of course, out there. And traders, as as smart people, as wise people, as wise traders say, traders should not really care so much about whether about which asset goes up, which asset goes down, but a trader should search for volatility. So volatility, activity, volumes, these are the three main components that are required for success in trading. Of course, when we trade on our platform, on the Olymptrade platform, of course, we have fixed time trading mode, which allows us to benefit even on smallest fluctuations. So you can really fluctuate. You can really make profits with changes as little as 1 pip. So 1 pip or 2 pips. Basically, that is the difference. Like 1 pip up and you win, and 1 pip down you lose. So that is how a win is defined here in this kind of trading activity. But of course, if we speak about more or less mid-term trading or swing trading, the so-called swing trading, of course, there you would want to have some volatility. You would want to have some real like fluctuations, real activity, so to say. Can you speak Hindi? No, I can't speak Hindi, but we do conduct webinars in Hindi, trading seminars. So check out the schedule in this channel. On this channel, every Tuesday and every Thursday, we do conduct streams in Hindi. Our experienced managers, traders, analysts, they do conduct streams in Hindi. So feel free to join those streams, and I'm pretty sure that you will find something very useful and a lot of interesting stuff you will learn from those streams. Now, what is going on with most of our altcoins? Well, most of our altcoins, as I mentioned previously, they went up a bit. So sometimes not a bit, but sometimes they went up by 3, 4, even 5 times. And maybe there are some that went up by 5, 6, 7 times. I don't know. I'm not really monitoring all of them, but some of them they went crazy. They jumped after the 5th of November when finally Trump won. That move which was kind of anticipated by many traders, by many analysts. So Trump won, and of course that created this. That was this final this fire starter, right? You just needed this little spark, and then this whole thing started moving. So currently we are trading 3, 4, 5 times what we were trading just 1 month ago. So today is the 9th of December, and so 5th of November, which was more than a month ago, we were trading, for example, with Dogecoin, we were trading around 15 cents. Now we are trading at 43, so 3 times that. Cardano, as I said, we were trading 35 cents. Now we are trading 1.15, $1.10, so like 4 times that. Assets like Stellar, which jumped a little bit later. So also, again, like traded 4 times, 5 times up. Ripple, today it's trading at almost $2.5, and my positions are still here. Well, these are probably my biggest positions, my biggest winners from this run. As I said, my strategy was very simple. I was just looking for something that has not started moving yet, and I managed to find some of those assets, and Ripple was one of them. And of course, that was an easy win, an easy pick. I did not expect it would go this high, but now I'm kind of feeling very greedy with this asset, and I feel like this asset can go to towards 3.5, 4, maybe even 5 cents, $5 per token. So I would say that now, like, the things have changed here. And what is interesting is that Ripple is not dropping, so it's like kind of accumulating in this next stage, in this next accumulation stage, in this next flag. So we had flag 1, flag 2. Now we are in this range, or flag number 3, I think, and I think we are bound for another run. Now, what is driving the markets? We are 1 month and 10 days away from Trump's inauguration. So this might be the day when the so-called buy the rumor, sell the news thing will come to truth, and we might see another rally before Trump gets elected, and then on the day he's elected. I meant he gets into office, he enters the office, and on that day we might see a crash. So, or maybe a few days even before that. Now, that is gonna be those days will be quite nervous because, well, as I said, buy the rumor, sell the news thing or principle is very common to the financial markets. So something kind of on anticipations, on expectations, something goes up, and then when finally something the event plays out, then nothing really happens, or the contrary, the profit taking happens and assets starts dropping. Now, Ethereum seems to be one of those losers, so to say, because it only went up by 50% approximately from its maybe 55-60% from its November prices, and it's still so far it could not breach 4,000, and it is still not able to stay above 4,000. So this is something like really weird, and it just shows that for some reason Ethereum is like it's not. I mean, like, you still have Ethereum funds, like exchange traded funds, ETHA. Do we have it? We don't have it here. We have iBit. We have iShares. So this one, yes, we have. That's how traders in retail traders in many countries, without even purchasing Bitcoin, they can benefit from the Bitcoin growth, from the current rally. They can buy shares of this ETF, exchange traded fund, and at the same time, people can also purchase Ethereum fund, but this Ethereum fund is just kind of not growing because Ethereum is not growing. I don't know. This seems like a very strange situation to me. I don't know why it's happening the way it's happening. I was expecting Ethereum, of course, to also kind of break to all-time highs, even though I'm having some nice profit, but I was expecting that finally we'll breach 4,000 and we'll go towards 5,000. So realistically, Ethereum has potential of going towards 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, etc. So it's quite surprising to me why we are still not growing. Now, do you have any questions, by the way? Are there any questions that you would like to ask me? So far, I don't see any. Can you please tell us the basic calculation of stop loss, take profit? All right, I have this question about Forex. So, with Forex, basically, the very basic principle when you trade Forex, so let me maybe open some exchange traded assets. So, for example, Brent, right? So, currently we are trading around 72. A very basic ratio, a very basic principle is that in Forex is this: you want your stop loss to be 3 times smaller than your take profit. Why is that? Because by maintaining this ratio, you will be able in the long run to, even if you have losing trades, you lose once, you lose twice, you lose 3 times in a row, and then on the 4th time, you actually hit a win, like a nice winning trade, and you get enough profits from that profitable trade so that you cover up the losses of previous trades, and then you also make some profit. This is something that is quite similar to investment in general. So, for example, if you wanna like any successful trader or any successful fund manager, usually follows the same principle. They pick, for example, 10 stocks, and 5 of them are not gonna go anywhere. Then 2 or 3 will probably drop, and then 2 out of 10, just 2 out of 10, will double in price, triple in price. So they will catch those very good, very profitable trades with a high potential, and those high profit, high potential trades, they will, like, in the whole, on average, the whole portfolio will appreciate in price. That is the key principle in investing. Like, you want to diversify because you never know which asset will go up in price. Because, for example, I thought that I also had some. I also was thinking that maybe Binance token would go up, but Binance is already kind of fundamentally fairly valued. I think it's one of those assets that can fairly be valued because we know the fundamentals of the Binance exchange. We know how much profits they make because they are a transparent company, and I think we can see how much their token, which represents the value, the market capitalization of this company, should cost. So in this case, like, it went up, of course, following this, but there isn't much speculative component to Binance. It's more of a, like, really like this asset can fundamentally be evaluated, and that is why we saw a relatively small surge in this stock, or in this token. I'm sorry, it's not a stock; it's more or less a token, but it actually behaves as a stock. It in comparison, on the contrast to other cryptos. Now, where we are right now, we are currently here. Bitcoin is trading. Its market capitalization is nearing $2 trillion, which is quite huge, and I think if it goes up by 3-4%, it will exceed that. So basically, we were, like, kind of touching above 2 trillion on Bitcoin, and then where is our Ethereum? Ethereum here on the 26th place. So it's valued almost 5 times smaller than Bitcoin, even though it has a more sophisticated ledger and its blockchain is more advanced than Bitcoin. But Ethereum seems to be kind of stuck in between. Like, it's not Bitcoin. It's not really the first and most popular cryptocurrency in the world, So Bitcoin has this symbolic value, I think, and right now, right now, many companies and many states, even the United States government, they announced that they are willing to start purchasing Bitcoin in this strategic reserve. In the strategic reserve, but of course, they haven't announced the same about Ethereum. And then you have cryptocurrencies like Solana and others who have way more sophisticated ledgers. And now Ethereum is kind of in the limbo. It's kind of stuck in the middle. It's not as advanced as, for example, Solana, and it doesn't have this symbolic value as Bitcoin does. So as one of, well, actually as the the oldest blockchain out there. So it's hard to tell what's going to happen with Ethereum next, but frankly speaking, I still see potential. So speculative, if finally volumes come and some big investors starts paying attention to Ethereum, sorry, then we might see a very nice rise in price. Now, I want to finish off my speech about risk reward. Here is a very good example, right? We are looking currently at Brent, which is Brent oil, and so speaking about multiplier, well, it all depends on your greed. It all depends on your experience. And it also depends on how greedy you are. So of course, in situations like, for example, this one, currently Brent is trading near its support level, and I would say that in this case, one can place a stop loss here. It would be a very short stop loss, and then you just need to calculate. It all depends on your risk appetite, because right now I think this is a very good buy opportunity here, because we are so close to a very strong support level, like this support level or support area. So in case the price breaks out, the price of oil will go all the way up to 80, because now there is a lot of pressure, and this accumulation phase, it's quite a long one, for almost 3 months. The price, exactly 3 months. So 3 months, the price has been sitting in this relatively narrow range, and it needs to let some steam off. When finally something happens, some fundamental factor kicks in, then we might see a very nice rally. And well, as I said, as per risk reward ratio and the multiplier, of course, you need to choose yourself. And so luckily we have this scale here. It basically suggests where one will make profit. So with 10 multiplier, if price goes all the way up to 85, you're gonna make 183% profits. If you pick 30 multiplier, then already here you're gonna make like 1.5 times off of your investment. If you select 50 multiplier, then it will go all the way up. Or already here at $75, you'll be making plus 220% off of your investment, which is a nice win. So experiment. There are no very strict guidelines as to which multiplier to select. It all depends on your experience, and it also depends on your how much money you have in your deposit, and how much you're willing to risk, and how sure you are in a trade. Because of course, so let's do this another imaginary situation. So another imaginary situation here, November 5th or the 6th. Well, obviously, the chances of Trump's victory were like super high, and following his win, of course, you would want to maximize profits. Like in case you have a very interesting situation and you're kind of very sure, like all factors are in favor uh, of your decision, of your trade, then of course you would want to use a higher multiplier. Oh, and by the way, now you can use a multiplier of 100 with Bitcoin here. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin now, one can use multiplier of 100, and well, pretty much it's quite, I would say that's quite risky. So given its current volatility, that it goes up or down by like 1% every few hours, and maybe even more. Like we can see from here, at night it jumped towards 101,000 now, and then it dropped towards 98. So within maybe 3, 4, 5 hours, it dropped by 3%. So multiplied by 100, you can lose your money within, like basically all your position within 1 or 2 hours, all your position. But on the other hand, if you're, I don't want to say lucky, but in case your analysis is correct, of course, you can win big with the multiplier of 100. But so high risk, high reward. It's and of course at the same time, for conservative traders, you can select the multiplier 10. You can reduce amount invested. So there are measures, there are steps that you can take in order to limit your risks and actually make your trading safer in a way. Of course, you're gonna miss some profits. You're gonna leave some profits on the table. But sometimes the first priority is not to make a lot of money, but to save, to make sure that you don't lose your capital. And that is a very important point, because many traders, they start trading like wild-hearted and with hot heads, and instead of doing everything according to their algorithms, they get blinded by potential rewards. And just this morning I was having breakfast and I watched some speech by some trader, and he was just basically ranting how he lost $60,000. Like, it's not a huge amount, it's not the end of the world. He's like 25 years old, he's from the United States. So of course, if you are 25 years old, you can potentially within a few years you're gonna make this money back. But he was basically he was saying that at first everything was going fine, was going smooth, and then he just started losing control over what he was doing, and eventually he basically started opening like trades with multiplier 10, 20, etc. And eventually he lost all his money, but at the same time he was potentially he was making some very nice unrealized profits. Which indicator are you using currently? Well. Currently I use my favorite indicators, my favorite top, or of course is SMA 50 and SMA 200. And then I use the RSI indicator. I use the MACD indicator, which is a great one. Do I use anything else? Well, not really. When I do long-term investments, I don't use anything else. But when it comes to FTT trades, then of course I might use something else. Like we have a number of strategies here on the platform, and some of my favorite strategies, they include kind martin, confrontation, diving, Axel. Actually, they all most of them belong to advanced, even not to an expert. With experts, I love, of course, triple rebound. This is a must-know for all traders, I think, because it's based on the RSI indicator, and it basically is just a great indicator, very accurate. And what else? And of course, JACTAR, my favorite combination of 3 simple moving averages, with the periods of 50, 100, 200. So they tell us when to buy, when to sell, and when. So for example, if you look at these indicators, patterns like this one, so breakout on Litecoin, which happened already like 7 days after Trump got elected. So I mean, there was still time. There was still probably like 7 to 14 days to pick some assets which have not started moving yet. Of course, like Stellar, it was almost impossible to unless you just kind of buy something that starts to move. But it's very difficult to anticipate this kind of potential. Like I have no idea why it jumped this much. It's an absolute miracle for me. But nonetheless, there was an entry point there. But Litecoin was kind of more beautiful. Was even more beautiful. EOS, yes, very nice breakout here. Very nice breakout. And I think with Ethereum, yeah, also, yeah, this flag formation. So simple moving average is probably one of those oldest. It really is the oldest indicator, but it's one of those most accurate ones, and it just gives so many various opportunities. So there is a comment here: general and composite index, because I'm not having much knowledge about anything else. Well, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to gain knowledge. You need to build knowledge about trading, and of course, we all start off. When I started off, I didn't know much about trading. Of course, everything was new, but over time you learn, and if you are persistent enough and you spend enough time learning, eventually you become a successful trader, or at least a knowledgeable trader. Well, so successful trader, you need to master emotions, you need to master how to hold positions, how to exit positions, how to enter positions. But knowledgeable trader, at least you know what you're doing. Like you realize what you're doing in your day-to-day trading. So that is also very important. Well, I think this is going to be it for today. I think I've spoken quite a lot, quite extensively about cryptocurrencies. So I think this week will still be like favorable to trades on cryptocurrencies because the volatility is still there. Some of them might actually reverse, but we'll see. As I said, just 1 month, 1 month and 10 days away from Trump's inauguration, Trump entering the office, and then we might finally see the so-called buy the rumor, sell the news thing. But let's watch closely the fundamental and the news that are coming up. Can we make like 30-40% in some hours with time frame 1 hour strategy? Well, of course, anything is possible. It all depends on your risk appetite. It all depends on how much you're willing to risk in a trade. Because you can, like, say, if you have $1,000 in your deposit, and you can split this amount into 2 trades, and then you open 2 trades and you win, and then within 1 hour, like within maybe 10 minutes, you've already made plus 80% or plus 90%. So I would say that, yeah, it is all possible. But of course, it depends. You need to think in the long run. What is going to happen to your trades in the long run? Alrighty, so this is it. Have a wonderful trading week, guys, and I will see you soon. And check out the schedule on this channel, because as I said, we do conduct streams in multiple languages, including Hindi, Indonesian, Portuguese, Spanish, Thai, Vietnamese, and of course English. So English is every Wednesday and every Friday, and Hindi is every Tuesday and every Thursday. Good luck in trading, and I will see you next week. Thomas signing out. Bye bye.